So it's difficult taking care of kids and doing things at Christmas time that may be done. And,
What?
so it's just, and they upped my pain meds to a higher class of opiates, which I wasn't real happy with. But they're not having too much of an effect.
Yeah, that's good.
But I got immune to them by now or something.
Yeah, exactly.
So used to them, so I don't know.
So it's just a little difficult to.
Yeah, well, you have to function. I mean, you can't be in so much pain that you can't function, It sounds like it's tough,
Yeah, and I had a 4-year-old with a bellyache, so I had to go get her from school.
Oh, no. Where is she?
Oh, just over here in Hilton.
Oh, okay.
So I had to go bring her home.
You never know when Hamlin told them or it's all three.
Yeah.
What's online is perfect. Without the referral in for 66, 76 FEMA traffic. No, I'm talking about the minutes.
Trying to fix up her, trying to do things.
November
I
23rd.
feel for it, see, I would.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, those were the minutes. Yeah, but what you have here in our packet. Remember I called you and I said you left off some of the report on the French group? But when I looked online, it's there, so should I just let it go? Yeah, because I've already gotten these out for you. I did change everything for you, so I don't have to say that. Right. Oh, you could say it, but then just say that it was, how you should say it. Oh, I'm gonna say something else. Oh, great, can't wait.
Cheryl, what's the difference in the construction of this dock compared to what Walls had put in?
I would not know. I don't inspect them. All I can say is that that's 100 feet out in the lake.
Yeah.
And then it has, it goes 8 feet.
So where is Greenwood Parkway?
Is it Walker Lake Ontario Road at the
Okay,
end?
so it's the end and then take a left?
Yeah,
Take a
there's
left instead of going
a few
right
houses
to
in
the
there.
shore. Okay.
Yeah, there's a few houses.
Oh, okay, all right, I wasn't quite sure.
Yeah,
I think that's where it was.
It might be the fourth house there, on the right-hand side.
Okay. Okay.
We should check and
That's,
see what this is.
that's all.
all right, well, I think it's close enough. I can't really see the exact time out there, but I think it's. Oh, yeah, all right. No problem. All right, the fire exit out the door to the left, on the left-hand side, or out the door on the other end of the hall, you can get out two. The AED is in the corner to the common, enter the conference room. If you have any pages or something, please have them off for the duration of the meeting. And, Cheryl, please take the roll.
Cindy Lutweiler. Here. Clark Mahaney.
Here.
Janine Klopp. Here. Dave Welch.
Here.
Terry Whipple. Here. Steve Rutherford.
Here. All right, everybody get a copy of the minutes from last year. Anybody have any corrections or adjustments?
I just have 2 minor adjustments under the nominations for chairperson and for vice chair. The nomination for Dave should Janine Klopp abstain. Thank
Very
you.
good.
Thank you.
Thank you for that.
That's all.
Thank you. Good. All right, with those changes, anybody have any other adjustments?
On page 3, it says Clark Mahaney reported on the zoning workshop. I didn't report on that. I don't know who did. Somebody did, but I don't know who did.
I'm still.
If you weren't here, right? You weren't here? You were here for it? Okay. Okay. Anything else on
Anything
that?
else? All right, then, no one had any other adjustments with those corrections. Can we have a motion to approve?
Move to approve as amended.
Second?
Second.
Very good, thank you, guys. Take a comment now, the public forum is open for now to the duration of the meeting. And, we'll go right into the report that have occurred so far. Janine, planning board?
Planning board, Monday, December 7th. There were no public hearings. 3 items on the agenda. The first item was Helios Energy, 980 Redmond Road, the solar farm, the 9 megawatt solar farm that's going to be on the east side of Redmond Road. They were back to get their permit, their commercial site plan approval. They've already had their seeker and their special use permit, but they haven't gotten their commercial site plan approval. So it was just kind of a technicality, really, but it was approved. Timothy Ledoux at 288 and 292 Hamlin Center Road wanted to do a property merge. Really no issues. The applicant purchased the parcel next to where he already lives. Wants to merge them both into one parcel. So that was approved. And Karen Mahoney at 502 Leona Lane was looking for a special use permit for a single apartment in a single family dwelling. And that was assigned to public hearing for next month. Under discussion, the lakefront sewer project is moving along. Property owners have been contacted for the current septic locations and the location of the new pumps. So 95% of the funds will be provided through the READY grant money, the REDI grant money. And there was some discussion about 40 Ross Cove, Virginia Trulson. She had used fill for a new build and dug a pond in the process of digging up that fill. And so the planning board had been dealing with this before and there were conditions in place from the planning board's decision. And she was supposed to follow up with her engineering firm, and the homeowner hired a person to alter the pond without contacting the engineering firm. So there were some issues about what she had done. And that was it. It was pretty short meeting.
Very good, thank you, Janine. Any questions for Janine? No. All right. Did the Fishing Advisory Board report occur yet?
Yes, we had a Zoom meeting last night. It was fairly short. The only thing that was really discussed was how well the canal project was working as far as the numbers of fish coming up from the lake and stuff. Pretty phenomenal runs. Lots of fishermen, lots of people happy. But there still again was a shortage of salmon because we're not stocking salmon in our creek anymore.
Right.
And so right now we have a dewatering of the canal, and that could last till about the 18th, and the runs of fish will be slowing down pretty much. What's come up is probably already coming up, but from what I was able to see, it looked like there was going to be a successful brown trout spawn. I didn't get up high enough to see if there was, how the rainbows were doing, obviously, 'cause I can't get up to where they're at. I did ask them to consider trying to fill the canal and release water around the end of February. The beginning of March would aid in the domestic rainbows coming up, and would help, not necessarily us, but it would help Orleans County with the Atlantic Salmon Project that they've got going. And those fish usually come up between March and June. And but the domestic rainbows, they can come up starting as early as February. So,
who makes the decision about the water release?
They have a whole committee. Bill Schweitzer, is in Hart, and is, from the New York Canal System. He's, in charge of the program. And, he's the one that we're directly dealing with on this, and, you know, they said they consider it, but they, you know, filling the canal in February is pretty early
It is early.
for some of them.
As far as this, when they let the water out like they did this year, is that something they can do in the future though, or would that be beneficial to make it a fun?
Well, they're gonna take all the data that was collected, the creel surveys and stuff, and, you know, talk with not only our people from our tributaries, but tributaries across the state in which it's helped, and, come up with a conclusion to see whether or not, you know, it was beneficial to do again next year. And of course, we, approved that. So it was, we'll see where that goes.
Okay.
The egg take for salmon, was completed and was successful up in the, Salmon River Fishing Hatchery up in, Pulaski, and the Altamar Hatchery. And so whatever their stocking was going to be, they've met the egg take for that, particular species. They didn't say anything about anything else. One of the things, you know, we look at in terms of climate change is the lake has been staying warmer longer, and it's been lower. You know, the creeks are low, so fish haven't been able to come up, and they've actually been dying out in the lake rather than coming up to spawn. So, this is where the dewatering, you know, is able to help.
It'd be beneficial, right?
And it's beneficial for at least the salmon coming up to get up higher. Not that they're gonna survive any longer, but, on other streams where they do have natural reproduction, it should help out quite well.
Okay.
So that's that from that. Unfortunately, the EMC meeting's tomorrow.
Right, so we'll look for that again next month.
Yeah, via Zoom.
Very good, Steve. Thank you so much.
The health department is busy.
Busy, yeah,
So,
but with a lot of other things. I'm
yeah,
sure,
it may not.
Yes. I can
It's finding
understand.
it difficult to have time for an hour meeting.
All right, the town board actually was last night, we looked like, I don't think quite able to make it, and I don't think I know that.
Yes, on, public forum, they had a gentleman by the name of Bill Smith. I didn't catch his address, but they had a fire at the house. And, they're not able to live in it right now because of, some fire damage and smoke damage. So they've been living in a hotel. And he was asking for permission to put a trailer on the property for 4 to 6 months while they do work on the house. No decision was made last night. They deferred it until December 23rd to speak about it because there were only 3 members of the board in attendance last night.
A trailer to live in, or just a trailer to store?
Pardon?
A trailer to live in, or a trailer to store their?
That's to live in.
To live in?
Like a RV or something.
Okay,
A 37-foot camping trailer with 3 bump
Yes,
outs.
Sarah?
gotcha.
A 37-foot
37
trailer
foot?
with 3 bump outs. What is the location? 751 Walker Lake, Ontario Road, which is almost across the street from Hayburgers.
Okay, yep.
And they deferred the passing of the minutes from the town board meeting of December 23rd and the one on December 25th till December 23rd to, because of the lack of attendance.
Right, okay.
They passed the payment of bills from the respective funds. And we're requesting a town board resolution to authorize the stipend to pay for school tax collections from Hilton Central Schools and Rockport Central Schools, and that was approved. Requested board resolution to renew the intermunicipal agreement between the town of Ryda and the town of Hamlin for the transfer of unclaimed and abandoned dogs from Ryda to Hamlin for a period of 1 year. And that's approved. requesting town board resolution to authorize the supervisor to execute agreement for right-of-way usage by Empire Long Distance and payment of said usage at the New York State standard rate, and that was approved. Requesting town board resolution to extend the appointments of all appointed employees of the town of Hamlin from December 31st, 2020 to January 4th, 2021. And that was approved. And requesting the town board resolution to approve the decommissioning plan for the proposed Helios Hamlin Solar Farm at 980 Redmond Road as presented to the board, and that was approved. And reports, the Hamlin Water Fire Department had 290 calls today. The Hamlin Water District is done. Snow fences are moving slowly because they can't get the help from the prison jails because of COVID. Recreation Department is going to have the sports registrations as usual, in anticipation that hopefully they can have sports next summer, but they haven't had. And the Santa Drive will be December 19th. The town clerk said they're thinking of offering, she's thinking of offering a paper shredder service for a $10 fee for 1 cubic foot, was it? That was because in their service here, they have to take 2 of the containers for the shredding company to take, but they only basically usually use 1. So
So they want to
they'll be paid by the cost, which is going to do that. And if there was anything else, I couldn't hear it.
Okay. Very good. Thank you very much, Clark. Appreciate that. All right. And the zoning board meeting next week.
Next week, yep.
And they're okay with the assignment for next month. And just, I don't know, I know there wasn't any friends meetings, Janine, was there?
No, the terms, we haven't done anything, there's not a formal meeting until, March. The only thing I need to report is that the road through the park is now closed, as it always is in the winter, between area 2 and area 3, so that there's no driving access to the far end of the park. But other than that, I think things are pretty quiet out there.
Very good. Thank you very much. And what is zoning workshop? All right. Yeah, why don't we, has anybody got out for the competition board? If not, we'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Move to adjourn.
And we'll open up the Hamlin Waterfront Advisory Committee with the same people present. And I know there's no referrals on here. I know we've got the discussion regarding docks or piers, however you want to frame them or call them. This one here, Janine, did you go and look at this one? Or no?
I have not, no, this is the first time I've actually seen it in writing.
Okay.
Sure, I mentioned it to you.
And Cheryl, is this the one that you said the neighbor came in and complained about blocking the view?
No, a neighbor came in and complained of a smaller one, 2 rows down from him that was blocking his view.
So we need to go and look at this particular thing. You really can't really go and look at it. You can't really see
There's
it.
really nothing to see, because there's no building permit yet, because the Department of State has asked us for our opinion.
Yep. Okay.
Before January 1st, because they are concerned about it.
Well, let me ask you, let's have a little discussion here. The main thing is obviously is that this is 100 foot, it's quite a ways out in the lake. And if you look at the picture, and then it widens out quite a bit when it's out in the lake. And I mean, obviously, if you're on the shore, you're probably next neighbor or door neighbor, you're going to have a hard time seeing on the other side of the dock either way.
I think they go 45-degree angle.
What's that?
So if you can go in the neighbor's yard and you look 45 degrees and it blocks your view, I think that's the formula they use for that.
Do they ever contact the Coast Guard as to something this substantial to get out into the lake?
Not that I'm aware of. These contact the Department of State gets involved.
Right.
I think it would be worth looking into what we have approved in the past. I don't think we've approved anything
It's
100 feet
We
long.
have not, I don't think we've approved anything larger than 80 feet. But I will look into that tomorrow.
Okay. And I don't think any of them have been more than 8 feet wide, and this one is, at the end, is 15 feet wide. So I think that's a major deviation from what we've been approving at this point.
And it has wings on it that are gonna come
Yeah,
out
the wings that's really concerning those, they're
another
12
12 foot.
They're 12 with a foot, plus 24 foot, plus 15 foot.
Yeah, I think that's.
That's kinda wide.
Concern
Mhm.
in terms of the view, and that's in the LWRP about not blocking the view,
And it's
either
in,
from the lake to the shore or
No.
vice versa.
it's also in 520-21 of the Shoreline Residential District, where it says, this district also recognizes the unique scenic character of the Lake Ontario shoreline and the importance of maintaining view lines to the lake from Lake Ontario State Parkway, as well as views of the shoreline from the lake by ensuring that future development will not obstruct view lines.
What's that number?
520-21 in the SR district,
Okay.
and that's A1. And it's also in 520-21B, 2, which says accessory structure uses, with the exception of flood and erosion protection structures, shall not be located in the waterside yard in order to preserve views of Lake Ontario from the shoreline and views of the shoreline from Lake Ontario. So like an accessory use would be like maybe fence or a shed or something like that in the front yard. So that goes along with, kind of ties into anything in the water.
Can anybody go down and look at that?
Anybody can go down to look at the property. I will have to ask permission first. I have to call the homeowner and ask permission.
Can I read you what I just read? I just glanced at it just a minute.
LWRP.
And there was, this is on the DEC application. It says, the homeowner gave permission. This is on the page,
I haven't read it in a
it
while.
says page 404.
Okay.
And it said, I hereby consent to agency inspection of the project site. They enter my property without notice between 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. Monday through Friday.
Okay.
And also, if the property is posted with keep out signs or fence around lot gate, it says they still may enter the property. They can take measurements, or you can leave all of it. So, I mean, I would consider
Okay,
that,
yep.
are we part of the agency? We're not really DEC, but.
No, you are part of the agency because you do belong to the Conservation Advisory Board and LWRP.
Yes,
Okay, so if you wanted to go Monday through Friday between 7 and 7,
It's been a while since I read this.
Okay.
I
I
apologize.
just happened to glance at it and it caught my eye.
I'm glad you did look at it again.
So I guess you don't need to, if it's, I mean, we could do it as a courtesy, but it's not necessary.
And it also says, the coastal management, state coastal management program, it says that the last 30 feet of the dock at water's end will be a steel constructed frame with concrete on top with 2 hydraulic
Lifts.
6,000 and 10,000. You know what that means?
We'll have to lift the boat up.
Yeah.
So that again is gonna be more obstruction,
Yeah.
visual obstruction.
Yes.
That pound lift, that's for a boat bigger than what mine is.
So then you've got the boat obstructing the
I will go through all the docks that we've approved in the past few years.
Seems to me the longest one was 80,
I think 80 was the longest.
and I think some have even gotten smaller than that.
Yes, I had one that was made smaller. I think I'm at 8 Summer Haven, I think they made that one smaller.
Summer Haven comes to mind, and there was one on Sandy Shore. Is this the same company that usually puts them in?
No, I don't know who's putting this. Oh, yes, we do. Who's putting this in? I think this is, who we should be concerned about, Brandon. Yep. Yes. Yes. Right.
Agent and Brandon.
He's the one that wants to put in the moat around the house on Sandy Harbor.
Okay, so this isn't the usual person that does.
No, it's not Scott.
And is this an open file construction like the others?
It says install an 8-foot by 100-foot steel pile dock with T-shaped waters.
And did they say high, how high it was going to be?
I don't think I missed that, but we don't have the application yet, we just have what they submitted to the Department of State. See if there's anything.
I'm assuming at this point neighbors are unaware of what this,
Totally correct, neighbors are on it, and they,
because I was just wondering if you've heard anything from neighbors
About
like
this
about the
one?
obstruction of the view or anything like that to this
I
point.
just want to know, because neighbors would not know of any construction, and they probably would not know unless it went,
We'll have to have the plan,
Unless it was a-
conservation, but then even a conservation development permit doesn't require.
no, a public hearing notice to see how it went. So they would not
They
be
would
aware
not.
of it,
Oh, okay,
unless it was a public hearing,
gotcha.
or unless they read the agendas.
Right.
Which is unlikely, but, you know,
Right. I will do that homework tomorrow morning, and I email everybody back.
Yeah, 100 feet's quite a ways out there.
Yeah, and especially if they're gonna be having those, whips out there.
Yeah, exactly. Well, not only that, it's how many people come back at night, you know? I don't, but I do know that they're hugging the shoreline and,
And I'm not really, I wanted to go down to see it because I wanted to see what the level of the water is there. Because like in front of my house, there's, it gets really shallow. And when you get down by Summer Haven, it gets really deep and it's all sandy.
right,
So
Where's the fall?
it would make a difference as to if it would be in the way of other boaters with being out so far, depending upon what the level of the water is there, and how shallow it is, or how deep it is.
okay, that's what I mentioned about the Coast Guard, is there must be some requirements of labeling to get into the docks. The reflectors or something.
Yeah.
yeah, 'cause even the, oh,
I'm cool, if they have to be involved.
the rock walls out from Sandy Beach
When
are, you know, there's a harbor there, and so we've got lights on the end of it. And they're, I don't think they're more than 100 feet long, and we still have people crashing into them every year,
Mhm.
and they're on the map.
If you check on, if you found the applications for the other docks, it seems to me that the person that used to do it, it seems to me he contacted them.
Well, I'm sure she will have to, but we're not in, it hasn't even gone through that process yet. The Department of State is the one that got a hold of it, and they are the ones
It's a joint application, just says DEC, Office of General Services, and Department of State.
Mhm.
Oh, wait, and then,
And you could,
and then the top corner, it says, Army Corps.
get Army Corps. It's not funded, reconstruction education, nope, we have not been notified.
Yeah, it was, so I believe that they all have to be involved, but I'm sure DOS wants to hear from us.
They do want to hear from us first,
And by when?
before January 1st. Before this letter came out, and this letter was dated December 2nd, and then we have to like, I'd say January 1st.
If we decide to do an inspection, maybe if we could just get a couple members to go.
I can go. I can go.
Yeah, I
You
think you
want to
should-
go this week
you gotta-
or early next week? That's okay, I can have
You need the response back to who?
Department of State
Department
before
of State wants
January
to know
1st.
before the December the second of January.
Uh-huh.
Because I'm working.
So we need to do it relatively
Like
quickly.
I said, she did it for people from Monday to Friday, when she cleans stuff.
Oh, right, okay, right.
That's when she would accept people to come out and work.
Probably because she'll be at work that time. She owns a big trucking company in Brockport.
Right.
Well, if you guys want to look at the calendar, you want to look at the calendar now, or?
I'd like to look at the weather forecast.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I
I
don't like
think,
running.
you know, it's gonna be cold for a few days, but then I think it's supposed to go back up in the high forties and a little, yeah,
Always,
yeah.
It wasn't that bad today, as long as no wind.
always.
I know.
When I left my house this morning, the wind was out of the northwest. When I got to work, it was out of the southeast. Really?
Yeah.
Figures.
So what's the next step forward here then? You wanna,
Making set a date and a time.
all right.
Want to
You
think
don't wanna
about it?
go before you use me?
I don't wanna go when it's gonna be in the 20s. And the wind.
Monday, it's supposed to be 40 with a 40% chance of rain. Tuesday, it's supposed to be 37. Wednesday, it's supposed to be 39. And then Thursday, is Thursday Christmas Eve?
Yeah,
Yeah, Thursday's supposed to be 36.
What was the, Wednesday, what was the Tuesday?
39, it doesn't say any chance of rain. Just on Monday, it says 40% chance of rain.
Well, Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, at least isn't in the 20s. We have a chance of doing the work for them.
I'm not working Wednesday,
I'm not working Wednesday,
so
so.
I'm excited.
Well,
So
it's
you wanna
Tuesday.
do Tuesday?
How about
Okay, you said
Tuesday?
Monday and possibly.
Yeah.
So this is Tuesday, the 22nd.
22nd.
So what time is it, what time? Did you
Well,
come?
no, I don't.
You can't come. Do you wanna come?
I'll just go down separately.
Okay,
I
sounds
can
good.
go down separately.
Yes.
You guys make when you can go and
And
then
we'll
I'll go
take
down
photos
separately.
and disperse them. How's it, you wanna do it Tuesday at what time?
What time?
You can, yeah, I don't care, pick a time.
Let's say 10 o'clock.
Okay.
Is that okay, Gene?
Mhm.
All right, let's say
10 o'clock, where?
At the address here, at,
With
6676 Greenwood Parkway.
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
22nd.
So you probably can't make it, then, but you
I
will.
have to work, yeah.
Okay, but I will take photos and send them to Clark and to everybody.
Hard working teacher.
And actually, on Tuesday morning, I can go down before I went to work. If she's okay with 7 o'clock in the morning, I'll go down and look at it Tuesday morning before then, and then I'll have an idea.
Sounds
This
good.
way we can just put a little response together for the apartment space we give to it, plenty of time for them to
Get it to
respond.
me even before the holidays would be
Or
great.
just a phone call will get it to them, right? We don't have to.
No, I think I will call them, but they want something in writing also from us, so I'll just give them a little word.
Because I'm just knowing how they always how like the holiday time.
Yeah, well, email.
Oh, you know.
Yeah, I can
That's
email.
all, you put an email together and just put
I'm
it.
sorry, yeah, in email.
Down,
Yes.
and-
A phone call doesn't quite get it.
Right.
Well, and plus they want to write, but make sure that they don't misunderstand us,
Okay,
or whatever our concern might be or whatever. So 10 o'clock next Tuesday morning at the place.
yep, I'll be there. Sounds good.
Oh,
Okay.
very good. Thank you very much for the discussion, everybody.
Yeah, I really appreciate it, you guys.
Oh, yeah, actually, it is down here, the referral. I didn't see it before. Okay, very good. Do we have any other referrals on this one?
No, I haven't looked at anything
No,
in a while.
not yet.
Yeah, spring is coming, right?
You wanna come inspect my place for a hot tub?
Oh, no.
Is it on a deck? Is it on a stone? Is it
No,
gonna be
it's on a deck,
Concrete pads?
10 feet from the house.
Okay, good. You can have it closer to the house if you'd like. You
What's
can have
that?
it- You could have it a little closer to the house if you wanted.
Then I'd have to build a deck, swimming pool deck over for it.
And also you would have to, wire any doors going out to the backyard. So that the girls went out any door and, you know, that they were going in the backyard without supervision, you have to have alarms.
Yeah, we got the, pool deck is alarm,
Okay.
our little door.
Yeah, that's right, they have to alarm all of them.
Yeah.
They're into everything, anytime.
How old are you now, Steve?
4 and 6.
That's the right age, good age.
They, went burrowing through my closet, and of course I've got Christmas presents.
Oh, that happened at my house too.
And it's like,
They don't do it, do they, yours too?
It was an honest mistake.
Oh, okay, I like the way you put that.
Are you gonna open and close this meeting?
They're not done yet. I opened it already, just haven't closed it yet.
Okay.
But I just want to say parting words here for the end of the year. This has been a tough year for everybody.
And I had something for discussion.
What's that?
I had something for discussion.
Okay, sure. Well,
Do you wanna do that now?
Yes, discuss it.
I just had one quick, thing, because I think I had mentioned it a couple of meetings ago. There was a plan, the Sierra Club had a plan to give away, or to plant 1,000 trees It was intended as a family tree planting event at Genesee Valley Park, but because of COVID, it was transformed into a drive-through tree giveaway. And so it was additionally, there were 70 leftover trees, and they were planted on property owned and managed by the, started out, they want to do it again, I don't know.
Yeah. I think repeat again next year.
It says, with your help, we here at the Rochester Region Group intend to repeat the success with an even larger goal next year.
Great,
Oh, good, good.
awesome.
And that's excellent, it just says that, despite what's going on around us, the whole world, we get through this, we'll be smarter, we'll be better, we'll survive, no matter what. So, I mean, just try to do the best we can, and that's a good thing. One thing, Cheryl, just to make a note to yourself, to ask the town board if we have money in the budget to buy our ceilings next year. And I know things have changed up a little bit. I don't know if we want, usually in January, we'll start thinking about ordering them and stuff, so.
I think you will have enough, but I will make sure.
Okay, yeah.
Yes, for a tree giveaway?
Yep,
Yes.
yep. Because, I wasn't sure if things are gonna change this year because of, if they had to reduce the budget at all because of, income shortfall or whatever. I'm not sure, wasn't sure. Just want to make sure if that's available, we'll go ahead
I will
and do
make
that.
sure.
But anyway, I want to thank everybody for coming this year and keeping focused and, did everybody did the best they could with what they got. And I think everybody did, I really appreciate it very much. And, everybody's all signed up for next year.
Everybody is all signed up next year. I also have already, I'm gonna present everything tomorrow in packets to all the board members, for the conservation successful year of 2020, and these masks are crazy, I can't even talk right. And all the goals that you have for 2021 are always the same.
Yeah.
Just to do the best
Do
for
the best
the
you can
town
and
and to
respond.
the environment.
One of the main things is when you do have issues or projects, we want to respond in a timely fashion, which we always do. And if the Department of State or the DEC wants to comment from us or whatever, we try to get it back in a timely fashion. So just being responsive to the community and responsive to other agencies.
I do have another question too, if I could just speak really
Yes.
quick. I know that the history, and I don't want to step on your toes, I know the History Center is in need of some repairs.
I'm gonna,
It needs slats up on top,
Yeah.
correct? It needs some new siding,
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah.
And what else does it need?
well, and it appears to be a hole in the roof in one area, because I had a leak in there. I can do that way it won't rot.
But do we, is there specific budgets? I think I'm gonna bring this to the town board's attention. I think they should be responsible to take care of it.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to, the siding on the car, I can't replace.
No,
It's
right.
it's such an old siding.
Right.
It's that, like a tar material, like siding in the back of the thing.
I remember years ago, one of my aunts had her 50th birthday party there. And this is back in like the 70s, I think it was. And they had that asphalt siding on the outside. Yeah,
Yeah, but it's hard to buy now, it's just not, especially to match the color that's there now.
right.
So I'm not sure how we're gonna, and the other thing is I have to be careful because it is on the National Registry of Historic Places.
Okay.
So I don't know if we can just make,
If we can just make decisions without contacting
right,
them. and giving them-
but I know we can pick the cupola, and I know we can pick the hole in the roof,
Okay.
and I might see if we can get somebody to wrap the trim and stuff, so white trim, so that we don't have to paint it.
So it's like, wrap it like aluminum.
But does the History Center, do you have a budget?
We do have a small budget, but I don't know if and also I'm trying to get, I thought, take my mask off, I can't really hear with my mask on, but, I'm trying to get Steve to fix the floor in the barn, because we fixed the roof of the barn last year, got a whole new roof on the barn. But we're trying to put a floor in there because I've got some people who donating equipment, but I can't plan anybody to put it, because the mud floor right now or dirt floor.
Right.
So Steve's supposed to go in there, Eric said he would, and Steve said he would, but they haven't done it yet.
Because if it's
And
still
lay some
down,
kind of like what they do with maybe the millings and the road surface, when they do the work on the road, you got that material. So I'm trying to get that done. And then hopefully got a guy lined up to fix the brickwork in front. Then I'm gonna put doors on it and put a sign up there. But in fact, I got an old tractor I bought last year that I'm gonna donate to the History Center. Old Ford from 1921. And, So I mean, I got some things that are good, but we have a very limited budget. We got like $2,000.
Yeah, that's not, that's.
It's not really very much,
So
you know?
do you want me?
The roof was fixed last year because we had a grant from the state.
Right.
You know, they fixed it for like 18 grand or whatever. But I gotta, the roof, I gotta see if I can get, I'm trying to get some pro bono work. People who do the work for nothing. I buy material, but they do the work, you know?
Well, I'm sure there's a lot of people that would help.
I might be able to come up with, you give me the trades that you need.
Yeah.
I might be able to come up
Okay,
with some.
so like, well, mostly like, maybe a little bit of a roofer, and then also,
Okay.
somebody doesn't mind height, you get up there, put those lights up on the cupola.
Right.
Because I don't mind getting up there, but my luck, I might, you know, could have a fall or something.
Oh,
That would make it work
somebody
for me and
who's
work for the
just
town.
lean and spry.
Yeah, but I wonder if that's even a good idea for like insurance liability,
Or any-
for like liability,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
yeah.
Right.
They have to provide their own insurance,
Yeah,
just like anybody else would, but do you want me
Right.
to look into the National Historic Registry to see what the exact recommendations are of what we need to provide to maybe get a grant, or?
Schoolhouse was pretty important. And actually, the thing about where the schoolhouse is the land around it, and where it sits, pretty much the way it was back when it was built.
Mhm.
You know, there's a few more houses in the area, but there's still a lot of farmland out there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'll look into this and see what I can do,
Okay,
and see what we can do to maybe get the
all
ball
right,
rolling.
maybe I
a
can
little
use it
bit.
down with you, we can write a little plan or something
Would
too.
love to
Maybe
do
something we can do.
See what we can do for 2021.
Better years are ahead.
A better year
Uh,
is.
so wait,
Anything
know-
is better than this year.
That-
Anything is better than this year.
Yeah, well, you know, you look at it, a lot of people look at things in a negative sense, which I gotta look at it in a hopeful sense, that things are getting better, and we're all gonna get better. Because if you look at things negative, I want this world to be as best as it can be for my grandkids, and for my grandkids, and their kids, you know? So, you gotta have some hope out there, that things will get better, and we're all gonna survive, we'll all be smarter and stronger.
As long as we all just follow guidelines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do the best we can.
And knock on wood, we've all been blessed because we
Right.
follow the guidelines and
Right?
we're healthy.
We're all remain healthy and safe. Yeah. And actually, this is one of those situations where living in the country is probably a good thing, because you haven't got a lot of people live on top of one another, you know, and works out in your favor.
That's why my kids came home from New York City and lived with me for like 3.5 months.
Right. Did you let your husband come home yet?
No, they actually left September 11th and went back to California. And they're in LA County, in LA, which is bad. But,
But did you let you said you give your husband away because you don't want him to screw up your quarantine. You let him go home yet?
I did, but he had to have surgery. He had to have surgery, so I did let him come home. So now he's.
Well, anyways, I want to thank everybody for working this year. This is a little something for Cheryl for the Conservation Board to, I do apologize, I just dropped the thing and I stepped on it, so, but it's still the same intentions there, so.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sarah.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you.
To help everyone here
And a
and.
mark of excellence right there.
Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you very much, everybody.
And I hope you enjoy your little candy bars.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Can I make a motion to adjourn?
Yes.
Anyone second it?
Second.
All right, very good. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Enjoy your holidays and good luck next year,
We'll
everybody.
see you in
I don't want you to put a downer on this, but I read the dashboard every day that comes from the county.
Yeah.
And it tells the numbers of COVID by zip code. And just last week, there were over 40 new positive cases in the Hamlin zip code.
Well, my wife's cousin actually lives up there in the pack up there, Hamlin. He has COVID, and he just got out of the hospital. They had to keep it on a ventilator, they put it in a sleep coma for about 10 days. I mean, you just don't know. Anybody that says this isn't